Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Podcasting in the rain. Welcome back to another episode and edition of the No Comfort Zone. Today we're going to talk about whatever it is I feel like talking about because I'm totally in the no comfort zone. What I'm trying to do with this podcast is to get people to a point where they realize that if they keep staying comfortable, they're going to be average. And if you're average, you're going to get eaten up by your competition, you're not going to be fulfilled, and you're ultimately going to be unhappy for the rest of your life. It's a true statement. So what's your wake-up call? What has to happen for you to get motivated to jump to the next level in your life? What really has to happen? For some people, it could be lack of money. For some people, it could be lack of a relationship. For some people, it could be having a bad health diagnosis. Could be loss of your home. Could be loss of your job. Could be all those things. Well, I will tell you, my friends, to me, it was all of the above. That's finally what it took me to shake me to my core to realize that I only have one run on this planet, and this is not the way I want to go out or when I want to go down. And I've been down and out for a long time. I stayed down way too long. There's no reason that I should have stayed down as long as I did and for as long as I was. There's just no reason for it. I gave up. And then when I woke up, when I finally got back on my feet and I woke up, I was asleep for another 10 years, just taking it easy, chilling out, taking what was handed to me and thinking that was okay. There's nothing wrong to be grateful for where you're at in your life. But what I'm saying is that next level for me, I knew there was another level. And there always is. Once I identified what that level was and where I wanted to be at, and I got hit with some more life issues, the financial side, the family side, health issues. When that happened again, I'm like, man, game over. I'm not playing this game this way anymore. I'm going to beat the game. I'm recently watching the Michael Jordan documentary series on The Last Dance. And what they talk about is Michael Jordan's ultimate competitive nature and how he is when it comes to competitiveness and how he lives his life. Some people say that he's lonely. Some people say that what a sad way to live, all the commentary that comes afterwards. Unless you're Michael Jordan, you just need to back way up. If you've actually been played against him or played with him and you can talk in that space, good for you, you're entitled for an opinion. But for guys like me who don't know the guy, I haven't been in his shoes. Unless you get to that spot where you've actually played against him or can live in his shoes, there's not too much to say. Because there's that one point in the documentary, he was, in his hotel room, and he had to go from his hotel room to the game and then back to his hotel room. And I'm here to tell you, man, there's no way I'd want that level of celebrity. It's unbelievable. It was just absolutely everywhere you go, you get mobbed. And the time that he can spend in his hotel room is, his peace and quiet time. But anyway, his love of the game and who he is as a person kind of tied up. They crossed paths, if you will. I thought one of the cool part of that series was also too his intensity in practice. That's where we're missing the boat, man. If you're listening to this podcast for a while, that's what I'm telling you, man. It's not showing up and putting on your Sunday best and, doing your best when you're at work. It's working on your craft and working on who you are when there's nobody around. It's that practice, that intensity in practice to become better at what it is that you want to become better at. It's just very motivating to me. And that's what I want to be for you. I want to be your little motivator. Kind of like that little guy on your shoulder always telling you what's up, telling you what time it is, telling you, you could do this, you could do that. I believe in you. That's the guy I want to be. And that's the guy I have been for a lot of people. And I don't want to wear it out. I work in a space where in the car business, there's a lot of negativity. I don't understand it either, because you get to make a commission on something that you don't own. That's pretty awesome to me. You get a portion of the profit you don't own. You have no investment, and you get to deal with people who want to see your product and they want to deal with you if you're a straight shooter. But yet everyone else has their own method of how the business should be run, and everyone's got the ideals. It's so canned. It's getting old. It's one of those things where if you just took care of the person that was in front of you and forget your opinion, your knowledge, and how great you are and what you did 30 years ago, forget all that. Just answer the person's questions, ask better questions, come up with solutions, and go for it. I don't know, tying Jordan to the car business and everything else in between, to me becoming your little motivator, it all just ties in really well. But what has to happen for you to want to be able to get to that level of greatness? Because when you watch a guy like Jordan, what drives him so much, more so than anybody else, that he's so competitive? My driving force always goes back to the day that the guy told me I was too stupid to sell anything. That blew me away. Because there's so many things that you could look at in your life and look around and how negative it is. You don't need somebody else to tell you how negative or how bad you suck and all this stuff. And sure, people might do that to get in your head. But man, truth be told, if you knew what your potential was and you could live up to your potential, wouldn't you live your life different? So then why aren't you? I don't know. I get caught up all the time, just like you do, just like anybody else. And I have to self-talk myself into a better place. Driving in this morning, here's something that happened. I had something catastrophic happen in business. Something that was so bad that it's a what is it? You get fired for doing this kind of stuff. And I'm the guy that's responsible for the activities and actions of everybody. And it's something I didn't have any control over. A bunch of people just didn't follow the process and left us very vulnerable to be compromised. And that's all I'll go into it, because I don't want this to come back and bite me. If you want to know more, you can email me, Dan@the-No-Comfort-Zone, and I'll give you the behind the scenes of what happened. But talk about major disappointment on a major level with almost everybody that I work with. And I just was asking myself, why am I doing this? Why am I babysitting a bunch of adults? Everybody knows what they're supposed to do, but why don't they do it? It's funny. What motivates them? Because I realize that I can't motivate everyone. But what I can do is I can be motivated, and so can you. And I can be motivated to inspire people, and that's my mission in life. I want to be that person that inspires somebody based on all my failure and all the BS that I went through, so that they don't have to live that way. I'm telling you, there's so many great things when a team comes together. There's so many great things that happen when somebody who is the underdog, who doesn't necessarily believe in themselves on a major level, ends up coming to a point or a place in their life where they realize, this is it, man. I'm at the crossroads. I can choose the same bullshit I've been doing my whole life, or I can take a new path and take the harder path, work my ass off, take the punches, keep moving forward, and see what happens. And then they succeed. That transformational journey. The goal, whatever it is this blank. I want the house, I want the money, I want the job, I want the promotion, I want the celebrity, I want the fame. There's that journey, right? Then you get to the point where you're like, who do you become on the way to that journey? And that is what I'm talking about. That's the journey. So you ask yourself, what really truly motivates you? What really does? If you need motivation, call me up. I'll motivate you. I'll tell you how great you are. If you want to become one of the people that's in Team No Comfort Zone, yeah, we're going to deal with some stuff. It's not counseling. We're going to deal with some. I'm not a licensed anything. I'm an idiot who made a lot of mistakes, and I learned from my mistakes. And I've identified clues that happen in mistakes. And if I point those clues or those principles out of your mistakes, you'll see it. It'll pop out. Then you'll be a rock star. Then you'll be helping somebody else out. You'll help somebody else get to their level of win. So when you have somebody that tells you within your life that you're, too stupid to do this or you can't do this, why are you validating that by living that life? I don't know. I did it for such a long time. I let my ex-wife control me from afar because I always felt less than because of my behaviors in the marriage. I made some mistakes. I beat myself up way more than anyone else could. And I let that person rent space in my head. I felt inferior, whatever. I had an inferiority complex. I can't even say the word anymore. Inferiority complex. And what I ended up doing was I finally got to a point in my life where I said, this is bullshit. I don't have to deal with this anymore. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with somebody telling me that I'm not good enough. I don't have to deal with that guy telling me that I'm too stupid for anything. I don't have to deal with anything other than how do I feel about myself? I'm not the guy who's going for likes. I'm not the guy who's going for mass compliments. I don't think I'm going to get it because the way that I do things, I'm not that smooth. I'm not that likable. Man, but I do get results for people. I get results for myself. And in some areas, I'm not getting the results fast enough. I'm not going to turn direction and go somewhere else. I keep thinking I need to pivot. But now that's kind of the easy way out. I don't need to pivot. What I do need to do is pick up the phone every now and again and call somebody. And as I call somebody, what I end up doing is I just got cut off while I'm doing a podcast. And the guy just looked at me like I'm an idiot. I guess I am for podcasting. In my car on a rainy day. We'll see how this goes. I had a really bad spot after what happened yesterday with this big catastrophic event that was going on. And I didn't know I was going to handle it. And I just realized that everyone's under a lot of stress. And I keep thinking, how would my boss handle it? My boss would probably handle it. He'd probably yell and scream. He'd probably go nuts. But then he would bring logic and reason to it. And then he'd talk to everybody and he would fix it. That's probably what he would do. I communicated with everybody that I'm disappointed, but I'm not going to add more stress. Here's what we need to do to fix it moving forward because I can't change the past. I took the emotion out of it. And you know how I got to that place? Because I was freaking out, really upset, highly disappointed. I called my own Marine friend, Brett. Actually, he called me in the morning, asked me how I was doing. And I told him, your call is perfect. Because here's where I'm at. Here's what's going on in my life. And I had a hard time. And I'm 99.9% positive most of the time. Even in really bad stuff, I try to take the higher ground. Even when the world's coming apart. That's, I think, the Marine in me. Just everything's going on. How do you stay cool, calm, and collect? How do you not freak out? You know, people could say that I lack passion at that moment, but no, I don't lack passion because I'm very intense. But what I came to realize was my buddy told me, you know, just be grateful, man. You got a job. Be grateful that you're in a position to help these people. And just be grateful, man, that, you know what, dude, it's Saturday and you get to go work at a really cool place. His perspective, he's unemployed or been out of work for 3 months, been away from the job. He's still drawing his income, but the fact is that his perspective on things really did help me and it turned me around. So much that it impacted the rest of the people I was with. So whatever you've got to prove, whatever challenges you have coming your way, whatever you think is bad in your life, use that as leverage to motivate you, to inspire you, to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.